Hello! Hello! Well, this is episode 5 of Doctor Who Time Heist review. So I shall start. Well, I sort of enjoyed tonight's episode. I don't think it was as good as last week's. So I don't have to go over this in categories. But firstly, not a bad story. Plenty of action, shooting about everywhere. Sort of a build up. I'm gonna add tonight. I mean, for me, it were like watching. It were like Doctor Impossible, you know, Mission Impossible. Like the Doctor recruited the badasses, and the bit when they're all walking together in the foursome. You can imagine an explosion going off in the background like they do in films, you know. So I found it not too bad, and it was semi enjoyable. I mean, it kept you going and backwards and forwards. I like the thing with the mind worms. I know they've been in it before, but the old thing was, and he didn't know who he was, and you know they had to guess the way back to find out who they were, and where it ended up with the main story behind it. I thought that sort of made up for it, really, but I was expecting, when they were going through the bank, and he said, what's the most important thing you want in the universe? I found that right, we could be on something really big here, and I thought, well, what would he want, you know? So we went with that, and I thought this was going to be a really, really big thing. The old, what's the most desirous in a vault in the universe? And obviously the other two, the cyber guy and the DNA woman that never had a proper shape, she could become normal, I suppose. They got what I wanted, but I don't know, what would the Doctor want? I mean, that's what I sort of thought, well, what would the greatest thing, what he'd want in the universe? Which I don't think any of us know, because none of us know who the Doctor is, really. That's the old mystique of it, isn't it? But I like the Clara thing. Him and Clara, I love their relationship. I think they work really well together. Do you know what I mean? There's the great chemistry between them both. And I sort of like the humour. You know, she's very quick with him. She can work him out. But he's still a bit nervous around her, I think, and he still sort of finds himself. I love it when, like, she goes home, he's in her cupboard or he's in her front room. She's popping in and takes her off and then gets her back for a date, and he questions it, and I think he's a bit jealous, really, you know. Which I like all that. That is all pretty cool, you know. But the other, I mean, the whole thing of the bank vault thing. When we finally got there, I don't know. I wanted something really big, and there wasn't really much bigginess there, really. You know, I don't know. I expected something from Gallifrey or a Time Lord thing, you know, something really that would have gone into a story out with a series or something. I thought Keeley Hawes was excellent as the bank manager, and the whole thing of the clones, which that was sort of okay, but the whole mission was that she was dying and she felt guilty about entrapping them to the last of the kind, and he was right. The greatest, the most bankable thing in the universe is preservation and creatures, and I found all that it were pretty cool, but I wanted something bigger than that. I wanted something really big. Well, it might have been like, you know, wouldn't it have been good if it had been like a map to Gallifrey or something, you know, wherever it is that it would put there. I mean, it will lead us to a point about the architects in the future. Could it have been the Doctor as well? I did think that, as he set himself in the future to go on this mission, to go in this bank vault and do something. But yet again, on a planet that advanced, wouldn't it be protected by solar flares, really? That's what I thought, you know, we've got that kind of technology. But that's me going on about what if. So tonight's episode, Doctor and Clara's relationship, top of the go for me. As usual, I like the supporting characters. I thought the villain, well, I don't know if she was a villain, really. She was somebody who was guilty in the future, and she went beyond the greed trappings of wealth, because she sat in that being greedy with it all in that private bank vault. And it were all about that creature, you know, the two aliens. She felt guilty because they'd died off or whatever. And when it got to that, I found it all. That's what let it down for me tonight. It was a standard episode, standard sort of going along. It moved nicely in parts. Yeah, you got a bit of a rush with it. You wanted to know the other two one where they come from. You got bits about them and you know why I ended up there, and then suddenly when they died and they didn't die, that were sort of a nice little twist. But it were nothing. It wasn't like last week's episode where you were really like on the edge of your seat, and even you know you can have action scenes and a lot of intensity with it all. When I wanted a bit more pressure with it, you know. Where he were on edge and it were more dangerous. It were quite simple for him really to get through the old bank vault. I found it too easy. It were like a knockoff of Mission Impossible to a point. You know, Doctor Impossible, as I said before. You know, and his team. You know, the IMF or something. But the thing about, I mean, it was okay. I know I keep saying this. I think we're going to build to something exciting later on in the series. I know we're only on episode 5, and I feel that after 5 episodes I can judge Peter Capaldi's performance, and I think he's superb as the Doctor. I really do think he's good, but it's just Moffat's writing with his track record in the past. I'm not that impressed with it. I mean, he's held up this time. He's held up quite well. But this was a standard episode tonight. I'm only going to give it, well, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5. I'm sorry, but I know some people won't agree with me, but that's where I think this deserves tonight. Pretty standard. I'm hoping next week's, from what you saw of the trailer at the end, you sort of like he's at the school as a caretaker, and there's obviously aliens running about the school and things are happening, which I find there could be some kind of excitement in that. Clara's relationship with this new guy, they've done this before, you know, with like assistants and boyfriends, and did it with Rose, didn't they? And then you know, they did it with Amy Pond. I just think it'd be nice just to see him go off world with an assistant running about everywhere, get back to a bit of the old Doctor. You know, I don't really want him. I know it's fun when he turns up in her closet and turns up in cupboards or in like places where she is and nobody sees him. I think all that is really cool, but I think it wears you down after a while. You want him out in space. She should be going out through the galaxy or the universe or the time stream with him, you know, and it just don't seem to be happening. You know, I mean, the stories he's popping, he did this with the Amy Pond thing where they were popping back round for dinner, and I want him out in space and being a bit alien, you know, but a lot of people are not going to agree with this, and I accept that, but this is my feeling on it, and this is just me chatting about it and reviewing it. So anyway, 4 out of 5. I still find the credit, I do like the credits, but I'm still getting a bit, you know, the credits, we're going to still sort of getting a bit used to it. Do you know what I mean? But I like it's like I said, it's all new format, mate. So, but after 5 episodes of Capaldi, which I'm going to say that I think he's got great potential. I think he's better than Matt Smith for me. But this series has been so far better than any of the Matt Smith ones, I think. But tonight's episode was a standard episode with nothing more to it. So as we go along, I'll get more into depth of that. I might start categorising stuff, but I don't want to go into 25 minutes talking about it, you know. I'd just rather go with the feeling after a couple of hours of watching it. So it wasn't too bad. I've said what I've said. Roll on next week. I'm hoping next week we're getting a bit of Missy back, you know, the garden and all that. And I think Mrs. Durrani. I've had this discussion with other Doctor Who fans and friends. So I'll see you next week on the next review, on the next episode. Please subscribe to the videos, share them, and tell me your opinion. And I'll see you next Saturday. So, live long and prosper and comply. Or whatever.